Hi, and welcome to another episode of The African Eye. Today we're going to look at 5 foreign countries that speak Yoruba as a language. Yoruba, a language homed in the southwestern part of Nigeria, is one of the most widely spoken languages heard in other parts of Africa, North America, United Kingdom, and Europe. Due to the effect of the transatlantic slave trade that occurred in the 18th century, sons and daughters of the Yoruba kingdom spread around the world and have impacted in one way or the other to uplift the tribe's culture and tradition. Recently, the representative of the Oduduwa kingdom and Oni of Ife, Oni Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, Ojaja II, has been on a mission to trend the practice of the Yoruba culture and tradition globally. In this video, we're going to list out 5 foreign countries that speak Yoruba language, of which one of them has granted it its official language. Number 1, El Salvador. El Salvador is a North American country that cherishes Yoruba language a lot. This country is home to a lot of Yoruba culture since the Yoruba slaves were concentrated in the country. This particular country does exactly what is done in the Yoruba land. They worship Shango, God of Thunder, Zango, Iyemoja, God of Water, Lemanja, and other Yoruba traditional practices. Number 2, Cuba. Cuba, which happens to be the second smallest country in the whole world, also is home to Yoruba indigenes. The Yoruba or Lukumi religion, which is also known as Santeria or Regla de Osha, is the most expanded religion of African origin in Cuba. Due to the abrupt change of environment from Africa to Cuba in the middle of horrific and humiliating conditions imposed by the slavery system, the rich Yoruba civilization lost many of its values. However, thanks to the wonderful regular strategies to safeguard the most prized values, they finally got to preserve their language, habits, music, oral literature, life's morals, and religion. Several experts have considered the Santeria or Regla de Osha as a syncretic religion. Its old defenders were obliged to hide their religious beliefs due to the slavery and pseudo-republic times. Those Yoruba men and women and their descendants disguised their deities under the aspect of Catholic saints with similar characteristics to those of the Orishas or Yoruba gods, and they really were worshipping their African gods. This religion, as well as others from Africa, was bothered by the authorities. Their ceremonies and celebrations were held in the mountains, and sometimes the police seized their drums and other liturgical objects. Many people thought that with the Cuban socialist government and the establishment of atheistic education based on the Marxist-Leninist philosophy, that religion would collapse. Nevertheless, and due to the force and perseverance of the defense of those followers of this religion, its practice in Cuba is a real and regular fact, and it is evident in the streets of the island, where it was very commonly seen that members initiate with their chains and white clothes. Today, the Santeria or Regla de Osha has become a social and religious cultural complex whose African roots are unquestionable, but at the same time they have been cross-cultured and they are already Cubans. Yoruba is the most spoken among the blacks in the country. Number 3, Brazil. Brazil happens to be one of the countries that homes predecessors of the victims of the then slave trade. Many Yoruba indigenes marooned around the South and North America, and most of them that have love for their source have traced it back to Nigeria to continue its practices. Oni of Ife, Oni Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, Ojaja II, in 2018 found his way to the authorities of the Brazil Republic and has made the country assign Yoruba language as an official language. Brazil has the largest number of Yoruba indigenes abroad. Number 4, United Kingdom. Since the British Empire are the ones that colonized Nigeria, it is worthy of note that Yoruba indigenes are of high population in the country. Some information has been gathered that it is of additional advantage for anybody that can speak Yoruba to get recruited into the British police. Number 5, Bahia. Bahia is the state in Brazil. Yoruba is one of the most widely spoken languages in this state. It is historic because it is home to Peloriho, the building where the Yorubas and other slaves from other Western countries were kept before they were dispersed to their merchants in the 17th century. Other countries that speak Yoruba are Togo, Benin Republic, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Gambia, North America, Europe, and the Caribbean islands. According to Wikipedia, Yoruba is the most widely spoken language outside Nigeria and Africa. It has been established that there are over 40 million Yoruba primary and secondary language speakers across the globe. If you find this video to be informative, comment and share to your friends to know how rich this culture is. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.